Today we're going to be talking about deconditioning, and we're going to do a couple of journal prompts together. I'm really excited to dive into this because deconditioning is the first step in the rewilding process. So if you're new to rewilding, we'll talk about that. I'll just make sure some people get in first. Hi, Strawberry Charms. Hi, Metal Chi. Welcome everyone coming in. So we are going to be doing some journaling together. So if you have like your notes app available where you can do the live stream in the corner in your notes app, this is going to help you. If you have a journal and notebook next to you, let's use that too. Whatever you can do to take notes, because we're going to be answering 3 different journal prompts to help you decondition some old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you. If you're popping in here, just say hello. I see that I have 106 people here. So pop in, tell me hi. Let me know if you are familiar with rewilding or self-discovery. Where are you on your self-discovery journey? Before we get started, my name is Hannah Plord. I'm an intuitive mentor and I help people rewild. So basically what that means is when we are a child, we have no self-limiting thoughts, right? We have confidence. We are able to be our weird, wild self. We have pure, unadulterated joy as a child. And as we grow up, as we are shaped and molded by society, we are taught that we need to tone ourselves down so that we can fit in, be more professional, look a certain way, do certain things. And all of that takes us further and further away from our true selves. And so rewilding is a process that happens usually when you're an adult. That might happen when you're in your 20s, your 30s, but it's a self-discovery exercise to go back to that purest form of you. The form that was confident, the form that was able to do things that they're passionate about, that they're not afraid to be judged. And so if you are someone who's currently stressed, anxious, and just feeling unmotivated, feeling frustrated, feeling like you're just going through the motions of your life, then rewilding is going to really help you bring some more joy, ease, and fun into your life. So with that being said, again, if you're here, say hello. I wanted to get in, hey, Sheena. I wanted to get into the journal prompts. So we're going to be talking about deconditioning, which is the first step of the rewilding process. There's 4 steps that I have outlined. The first step is deconditioning. That's where we're going to get rid of, heal these old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve us. An example of this is that you have to work hard to make money. Then step number 2 is the mindset work, which is processing your thoughts and emotions in real time. So once you start deconditioning old patterns, then you're gonna be able to recognize thoughts and emotions that are happening in real time. So maybe before you had feelings of being like stuck or uneasy and you didn't really know what to do about that. So maybe you were caught scrolling on TikTok for a really long time, or you avoided people, you cleaned your apartment obsessively. Those are thoughts and emotions that need to be processed. And so when you're doing the rewilding process, you learn how to do that in real time as quickly as possible so that you don't feel stuck. Step number 3 of the rewilding process is to connect with your intuition. And so with that, we get to open our psychic channel and connect to your intuition, your higher self, your inner child, your shadow self, and begin to heal past traumas, grow, and just reach the highest version of yourself possible. And then the last step of rewilding is just learning to go with the flow. Quite literally, you'll learn how to go along with the seasons of life. Every single person goes through the 4 seasons, just like nature does, the fall, winter, summer, and spring. And instead of forcing yourself to work during the winter when all you want to do is rest, you can go with the flow and listen to your body. And that's all about really working with your intuition. So with all that being said, that is rewilding. It's currently, I have a program that is going to start in January. It's a 6-month program for rewilding. We'll go in deep into all of those 4 things. We meet every single week. You have group sessions and one-on-one sessions with me. That's currently open for applications. So if you're interested in that, go over to my bio and check out the link there. If you're wanting to learn more about this first, let's get into the journaling. So as I promised at the beginning of this live stream, we're going to be journaling. And so if you have a pen and paper handy, please take that out. If you don't, you can use your notes app on your phone, or you can, use your iPad or whatever device you have available. So we're going to begin by deconditioning these old patterns that you no longer want to focus on. Like I said before, an example of that is believing that you have to work hard to make money. And so there are a couple of questions that you can ask yourself to even begin identifying these patterns. And so if you are just someone who is beginning their self-discovery process, then you might not even know what patterns you're trapped in. And so this exercise is going to help you identify those patterns. So the first question that I want you to ask yourself, and I'm going to put this in the chat. Hopefully I can do that while also having all this going on. But the first question that I want you to journal on, and I'm going to put some music while we do this, is what was I brought up to value in your family? What were you brought up to value, and how have your values changed as you've grown into an adult? So I'll put that into the chat. I'm going to be doing these with you all. And if you have any discoveries, or if you want to share what you find, feel free to pop that in the comment section. Also understand that this is a private, this is, heavy, and if you don't want to share it, that's okay. This is your own journey, not something that you have to share with everybody. So that question for you all is, what was I brought up to value with my family, and how have my values changed since I've grown into an adult? Putting some music on. I'll put the question in the comments. It is hard, yes. Thanks for your comment. And if you're here, please make sure you give yourself a like, or give me a like, so that other people can join. I'm just trying to pin my comment. There we go. Music stopped. If you're just joining us, we are currently journaling on the question that is pinned in the chats. What was I brought up to value, and how have my values changed since I've grown into an adult? Thank you for sending likes, everyone. That really helps me to know that I'm doing something that's helping you. If you have any questions, please drop it in the chat. I'm here to just help you grow and discover yourself. I'm going to give you a couple of more seconds, probably like another minute to wrap this question up. Again, this is something that you can go in really deep on your own time, but whatever comes out first is going to help you really understand who you were brought up to be and some patterns that you want to change. So I'm seeing a lot of people give me likes. Thank you. I see some people saying it's hard. It is hard. Shadow work. This is an example of a shadow work question, and shadow work is really tough. Having that awareness around yourself is tough. It's tough, and you have to be vulnerable. So wrapping up. All right. So I want to do a quick discussion on this before we hop into the next question. And if you have any discoveries that you want to share with the world, you are on a TikTok live, please feel free to comment them. If you don't want to share them with the world, you can send me a message on TikTok or Instagram and we can have a chat just away from the eyes of everybody. I love talking about this stuff. This is what I do for my life. This is my career. And so please, let's chat about it. So the question, if you're just joining us, was what was I brought up to value in my family, and how has my values changed since I've grown? So something I discovered during this was, one, I've done this before, but something I've discovered while doing this activity is that my family really values independence. Like, asking for help is something that's been really hard for my family. We always are someone who tends to go and figure out the solution before we ask for help. And if we fail and we can't figure it out, then we go and ask, right, as a last resort. We believe in working hard. That's where that independence comes in again. Like, we believe that every single person in the family should be contributing, making a good first impression on people, making a good impression, period. And again, that's looking like working hard at every job we do, being professional, going above and beyond to move up in the ranks and different things. And family first. Family first is a huge value that my family has. And so some things that I've changed as I've grown to value instead is, instead of working hard, I've worked intentionally. I will still put in 100% effort into whatever I'm doing, but it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be physical. It doesn't have to take up hours and hours. And so, for example, I'm going to do this live stream and I'm going to put in my all, but I'm going to take the rest of the day off. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to go play. And that's still being productive. That's still putting in hard work. I also believe in being present. So, being present in the present moment, not working until I'm 70, then retiring and then enjoying my life. And something that I wanted to change is actually healing and processing our emotions. When I grew up, I was always taught to, hide your emotions, big girls don't cry, be strong, and that has not helped me. And so part of my growing process has been learning to process my emotions. So again, if you're just joining us, we were answering the question, what was I brought up to value? And how have my values changed? And this question is going to help you decondition old patterns that no longer serve you so that you can grow and quantum leap. Someone just said, I get rid of selfish people now. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Sounds like selfish, or not selfishness, is one of your values, is you get turned off by people who are super selfish. That's one of your values. Great self-awareness there. Okay, please keep dropping in comments, giving any discoveries that you have, any questions that you have. More people are coming in. So Jasmine, I think is your name. It's so hard to read the things. So you said, surrounding myself with people who care about me, learn to define who actually cares about me. Yes, that's huge. I remember some of the friendships I had growing up, like in school. Looking back at them now as an adult, oof, they were cringy. They were not real friendships. They were borderline abusive, and for some reason I stuck with them. So learning how to actually form genuine relationships with people, friendship or romantic, is such a great skill to have. Yes, I'm glad you agree. All right, are we all ready for the next question? So if you're just joining us, we're talking about deconditioning old patterns. My name is Hannah. I'm an intuitive mentor, and so please check my profile out if you are interested in these kind of things. So the next question is, In what ways am I like my parents? Oops, sorry. In what way am I like my parents or guardians? I merged the two words. What ways am I not like them? So I said parents or guardians because a lot of us grew up with our parents, our family, anyone who was an adult and was a major role in your life. So for me, I was on a swim team for 20 years or 16 years of my life. And so my swim coaches were like my second parents. And so my swim coaches had a very dramatic effect on my life. Your teachers could have a really big effect on your life. So in what ways am I like my parents/guardians? And what ways am I not like them? Go ahead and journal. I'm going to put music on and I'm going to do this with you. I'll put that in the comments too. I'm already seeing some responses. This is great. And again, thank you for the likes. It makes me realize that I'm doing things. That's helpful. In this question, you can also say, in what ways do you not want to be like them? So perhaps you're not fully this yet, but what ways do you not want to be like them? Okay, this one's a little bit easier, so I'm gonna wrap up in the next 30 seconds or so. If you are here, I see there's 3 of you, so hey y'all. Please put down any discoveries you have. If you wanna share your response, go ahead. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about deconditioning old patterns that we no longer like in our life. The question was, in what ways am I like my parents or guardians, and in what ways am I not like them? All right, so Jasmine said, I am responsible, humble, independent due to them. Those are all great qualities, and that is super admirable. Yeah, I think there's 2 different ways you can look at this. You can look at their really strong qualities, and you can look at some qualities that need some work. And so that's why I mentioned that you can say some things that you want to change, that you don't want to be like them, and how you're not like them. Also said, the way I'm not like them is holding on to the past. Yeah, exactly. Some things that I found is similar to you. I said they are strong, independent, loving, hardworking, friendly, caring. Those are all amazing qualities that they've taught me and I've grown to embrace myself. But like I mentioned earlier, they repress their emotions. They hold on to the past, like you said. They also glued to their TV and our homebodies, and I want to be outside exploring the world. So One more question. This is so great so far. We're recognizing some ways that we maybe act unconsciously, subconsciously, because this is how we are brought up to be. I'm sure you don't go about your day thinking about being independent and loving and hardworking, right? So maybe you do, but most of the time it comes as a instinct. So the last question that I have for you all is, what family patterns am I afraid of repeating? What family patterns am I afraid of repeating? Again, we're journaling this. I'll put on the music. I'll put the comment there and pin it for you. Okay. Okay, wrapping up. Froze for a bit. Well, I was messing around with my thing, so I don't know if that maybe... Can you hear me now? Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Right now we're journaling on what family patterns am I afraid of repeating? What family patterns am I afraid of repeating? You've got about 30 more seconds. We're wrapping up this question. Great, glad you can hear me. Okay. All right, so that was the last question. If you have anything that you discovered, this one's a more personal one, so you don't have to share anything if you're uncomfortable with that. But again, like I mentioned, we went into these very briefly, but these prompts are something that you could write pages on. And so I really encourage you to think about them as you go on through your day. And just think about different things that you notice within yourself, within your family. If you're around your family, especially with the holidays coming up, take notice of things that you no longer like about them. Maybe as a child, you were kind of like, oh yeah, this is all I know. But as you've grown older, you may realize some things that you no longer resonate with and you want to start changing for yourself. And so these questions were very beginner questions for deconditioning old patterns in your life. And again, deconditioning is like unlearning things that you were just programmed to believe as a child. Every single person has things that they are probably the work your whole life to make it. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's your, probably the work your whole life to make it by is your family pattern that you want to end. I love that you are aware of that, and that's something you want to try. You definitely can. I think that's just a generation, the millennials and Gen Z generations, we're all doing that now. Most of us are realizing that society just doesn't work anymore. The 9-to-5 doesn't work, and there are other ways to make money without having to work and trade your soul for them. As I was saying, so this is just very basic deconditioning or unlearning. And every single person has things that need to unlearn. Just as nature, you're grown up in a bubble with your family, and then you go to school and you're still in a bubble of just your classmates and your teachers. And then you go to college and your bubble's getting a little bigger, but it's still a bubble. And then when you're an adult, you're still in a bubble, right? I know social media makes it a little bit easier to be aware of the world and different cultures, but you're still in a bubble. And so what you learned in your bubble are either things that you like or dislike, and you have the power to change those things. And so that's called reprogramming your subconscious mind, deconditioning old beliefs, and that's the first step in rewilding your soul. So if you're feeling stressed, anxious, like you've been going through the motions, and you really want to enjoy your life and just be present in the present moment and explore and be happy and wake up just feeling excited for the day, I really encourage you to start rewilding. That's just going back to your most pure self, most natural self, the self that was confident, the self that wasn't afraid of what other people were thinking, the self that was able to play and actually have fun and not think about, oh, I should be doing this, or oh, I'm wasting time, I should be doing that. So that's called rewilding. I currently have a 6-month program as a group program called Rewild Your Soul. We'll go into all this deeply. Every single week we'll have a group meeting or a one-on-one session with me, and you will decondition your old beliefs. You will learn how to process your thoughts and emotions. You will connect to your intuition, your higher self, your inner child, open your psychic channel and ask your guides for guidance. That's a really fun and exciting thing to do. And of course, connect to Mother Nature, because it's all about rewilding. That's for a purpose. And learning how to go with the flow and work with the natural cycles of your body, the ebbs and flow of your body, honoring the seasons, fall, spring, winter, and summer. Also honoring if you have a uterus, honoring that cycle as well. Every single person has different cycles that they go through. So that is the 6-month mentorship program. We start in January. I currently have applications open. If you go to my website, in my bio, there is the link to apply, and there's payment plans and scholarships available, because I really want to make this accessible to everyone. So go check that out. If you have any questions, or if you just want to chat more about the things you journaled on in today's live stream, go ahead and send me a message. I love talking to you all. You're my community. If you haven't already followed me, make sure you follow me, because I share daily tips on this and more journaling prompts and ways to just grow yourself and have personal development. And if you want to just get a taste of what Rewild Your Soul is without, fully investing in the 6-month program, you can book a one-on-one session with me. I have 60-minute sessions available. That's also linked in the link in my bio. So with that, I am going to go enjoy my Saturday. I hope you got a lot out of this live stream. Again, send me messages, send me questions. Let me know if you have any requests, things you want to learn about, because I'm happy to do more of these. I'm going to try to do a live stream every single week. So with that, please get in touch with me. Thank you, Jasmine, for being here for pretty much the whole thing. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you comment below with any questions and just say hello. Thanks, everybody.